They were just three men on a routine mission floating through the vast emptiness of space, when suddenly, a loud bang shattered the silence. Lights flickered, oxygen levels plummeted, and in an instant, the Apollo 13 mission was transformed from a hopeful journey to the moon into a desperate fight for survival. What really happened up there? Was it a technical malfunction, or something more? This is the story of Apollo 13, the mission that became NASA's most chilling mystery. Some say they were never supposed to make it back. Others believe they saw things that NASA has kept secret for decades. Stay with me as we delve into one of space's most haunting tales and uncover the truth behind Apollo 13's deadly close call. But before we dive into the darkness, let's remember, space travel is like that one time you tried to assemble an IKEA dresser. Nothing fits, and it always feels like something's about to break. Only in space a broken part means you could end up floating into the cosmos forever. It was April 11, 1970. Astronauts Jim Lovell, Fred Hayes, and Jack Swigert launched from Earth on what was supposed to be NASA's third moon landing. Spirits were high and all systems were go. The mission was running smoothly, until it wasn't. 2 days in, something went horribly wrong. At precisely 55 hours and 54 minutes into the flight, an oxygen tank exploded. The entire spacecraft shook, alarms blared, panic set in. In those tense seconds, they didn't know if they would even survive the next hour. Lovell's voice, cracking with fear, famously radioed to Earth. "Houston, we've had a problem." But, here's the strange part. When NASA engineers reviewed the tapes, they noticed something peculiar. Lovell's voice isn't just filled with fear, it almost sounds as if he's seeing something. Something terrifying. What did he see? And why has NASA never revealed it? Alright, I get it. Space is terrifying enough without weird mysteries popping up. Imagine being stuck in a tiny capsule, thousands of miles from Earth, and then bam, your oxygen tank explodes. And you're just sitting there like, I knew I should have packed a parachute. NASA scrambled to come up with a plan. Every second counted as oxygen levels dwindled. The astronauts had to shut down nearly all systems to conserve power, leaving them freezing cold and in complete darkness. It was as if they were lost in space, with Earth hanging on by a fragile thread. But there's more. According to some reports, strange lights appeared outside the spacecraft, almost like they were being watched. NASA has never confirmed these sightings, of course, but those who believe in extraterrestrial encounters insist that these lights weren't just reflections. They were something more. As their oxygen ran dangerously low, NASA's engineers devised a last-minute plan. The astronauts would use the moon's gravitational pull to slingshot back to Earth. It was risky. If their calculations were off, they could end up lost in space forever. And here's where it gets even stranger. Some skeptics argue that this moon slingshot maneuver wasn't just about saving the astronauts. They claim that NASA orchestrated this move to avoid something else. What could have been so terrifying that even NASA would rather risk a high-stakes slingshot around the moon than stay in lunar orbit? What were they trying to escape? Miraculously, the astronauts made it back. Against all odds, they splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean on April 17th. But the mystery remained. To this day, NASA has kept tight-lipped about the strange lights, the fearful voices, and the numerous anomalies during the mission. And maybe we'll never truly know. After all, space is still the ultimate unknown. But one thing's for sure, the Apollo 13 mission was more than just a technological failure. It was a haunting reminder that no matter how much we think we know, there are still forces beyond our control, and perhaps beyond our comprehension. So, if you ever feel like your job is tough, remember that these guys spent 6 days in a busted tin can thousands of miles from Earth. I'd say we can cut ourselves some slack. The Apollo 13 mission was a near catastrophe that turned into a triumph, but it left us with unsettling questions. What really happened up there? Were there hidden forces at play? And what other mysteries lie waiting in the vast unknown? If you're as captivated by the mysteries of space as I am, you'll want to stick around for my next video. It's all about the equally chilling but perhaps even more enigmatic Apollo 11 mission. Did NASA discover something they weren't supposed to? Click on the end screen and let's explore this mystery together. Because if you think Apollo 13 was strange, wait until you hear what happened on Apollo 11.